It's a sad story, but it turned into a happy ending.
Okay.
And we got a call. Well, one of our investigators, Jen, I think she knew the girl, right? She was friends, and contacted us, and she just got done signing a lease for a year in this house. It was in Downers Grove.
All right.
And she had no idea this was the house involved in a terrible
Heinous. Very, very.
Yeah,
You know what?
In a very horrible
but
murder.
after activities started in the house, maybe a month after signing the lease, she did research, found out this was the house involved. I think it was 2013, where the husband came home from work, got fired, killed his daughters, killed his wife, and then killed himself.
Gee, okay.
So, I mean, this house, you could walk in it and you feel it. It's unbelievable. And we had a...
So she did, when she signed the lease, she just liked the color of the carpet and what was in there, and she said, okay, I'll take it.
You know, maybe got a good deal on rent
Yeah,
for a
probably.
big house.
Usually, I always tell people that's usually the key. If you're getting a good deal on the rent, and it seems a little unusually cheap, you might want to investigate this first, you know.
Yes, right.
We had a psychic medium do a walkthrough before we started, and she was pretty amazing, hit on everything. And I made sure she did not have that address, knew where she was going, until she had to put it in the GPS. She was on her cell phone, she punched in the GPS, and then, met us there. And you were there, Liz. I mean, it was amazing how she hit on everything. And then we got evidence to back it up. We got female voices, and we got, I believe it's the father, the male's voice. And it was...
So what are you hearing? What are the voices saying? Or what's going on? What are you're just hearing, it's a man's voice, it's a woman's voice, but it's, again, not audible enough.
One question was answered intelligence. I think it was you girls on the team answering a question that one of the people weren't murdered. I don't know if it was a friend of the house. And
cousin or
it was
something
a cousin
like
or
that.
something. And someone sent that person to walk the dog. And then the murders happened. And I don't know if you asked the question or if it was Amber or Jen, but who sent out so-and-so to walk the dog, and a male's voice said the mother did.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we believe that was the father. And,
Wow.
But from a very
So the mom
sad...
sent the person out to walk the dog, and then the guy came in and murdered them. So if she was not walking the dog, she
Yeah, she would have
would have gotten
survived.
it too.
Because I think
Wow.
it happened quickly, but I think the psychic was picking up a lot of domestic stuff going on, even before the
I was
murders.
saying
Yeah.
previous, before the murder,
Has to
a lot of
be.
different,
Yeah.
things going on there. Yeah.
Yeah, she was playing.
Okay, so what's the happy ending?
Well, from a tragic story like that is the medium, Susan, was being bombarded by the father, saying, I lost it, I'm so sorry for what I did, I don't want to burn in hell. And then later on, the mother came, I'm just getting goosebumps just talking about it, but the mother came to her and said, we're ready to move on as a family together, we forgive them. So she went there the next day and moved them all on. And,
That's so rare.
yeah. And
That's so rare, but Susan's
She
amazing.
did this
Yeah,
herself, or
Susan's
she
she
got
did
the
this
help
herself,
of
yeah. Man,
We're not talking about the owner did this. She got the...
No,
she
the
got- yeah.
psychic.
Okay,
Susan.
okay.
She came back, just, because of the situation, we really wanted to help this client.
Sure.
And to help,
So now since then, nothing. No trouble over there.
No.
Okay, so it works.
So
She actually doesn't even live there anymore.
Well, I don't think I would either.
Things have improved so much, even in her own personal life, that she's moved on to a different location.
Now, are there other owners in the house? Is it going to be sold?
I'm assuming, yeah,
I'd just
that
be
they're renting
curious.
it out.
I'd be
yeah.
curious to check with them and see if there's anything,
Yeah.
See, we're, of course we love investigating, but me personally, I think you guys agree,
Yeah.
I'm not in it just to help the living. Not that I have the ability myself to move spirits on, but I get so many help me's from the other side.
Oh, yeah.
That I want to,
Oh, yeah.
all my power, I want to be able to help both. If I can't do it, and the spirit for whatever reason.
Now, in what way
can't
would you
move
help
on.
people? Well, now, of course, we know we can help people that are still with us. We know different things we can do for them. Moral support and psychological help and what have you, and all this and that and the other. Lend them all kind of different support. But in the spiritual world, well, how would you be able to help them?
For instance, this family in this house, move them onto the light if they're lost, or they you know, there's so many different reasons why a spirit might still be hanging around. You know, I'm sure you heard them all.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, from talking to different mediums, medium psychics, even people that preach, you know, the American Indians that teaching on the reservations, and they believe, you know, that there's this window, you know, the lights. You know, I'm not here to preach religion, whatever your beliefs are.
I was just going to say, this could almost lead to a religious thing too, and this would open up a lot of different things, which I can open up some of them.
Right.
Okay,
But I'm not here to...
say this is a horrible thing. This man committed this murder and all this and everything. Now, we believe as Christians that if you do this type of thing, and you're not forgiven for this, you know where you're going.
Right.
So now this medium can come in and this voice will talk to him, the guy can say, yeah, I really want to move on. And then the family, the mother and the daughter that he murdered says, yeah, we forgive him about that, we want to live as a family, we want to
Move on together,
And
right.
she has the power to be able to do this, and they can
As long
go
as the
on.
spirits are willing.
Okay.
She can't help an unwilling spirit.
Okay.
But if a spirit wants to go move on, is ready to...
I don't know if the word power is
So
actually
it's sort of like
the
Yeah.
a spiritual
word.
forgiveness,
Right.
It's
or whatever you want to call
it's
it.
being their
Yeah.
guide
Yeah,
and
exactly
being able
right.
to open up and help them see or feel or just release this hold of the place that they're in, and whether it be negative or dark, or people may call it hell. It could be a place where it's just all these roots and they're kind of stuck in the roots, and you know, you have
It's an
someone who
interesting-
has the ability who can get them, you know, guide them into the right direction.
Right.
It's a very interesting idea and the whole concept, but it throws about 5,000 years of Christian belief right out the window there, doesn't it?
Well, here's the thing, you know, when we talk about psychics, it's just like what I said earlier, that when you do this after a while, you do operate, this is my personal theory, that you operate at a different vibration, and I think psychics do that too. The tuning fork, the way that they connect is different. They've honed it, they've practiced it, they've consistently worked with it, and so what happens in those moments, and I know because I've experienced this myself, something that's, whatever it is that's going on, reaches out to you, and you step forward, and if you have the ability, you work with them to send them what we believe is to the light, to cross over, so that they move on wherever they move on to. It has, honestly, I have to say this, not a damn thing to do with religion whatsoever.
Mhm.
Whatever that belief is, we don't care in that moment. It's just the idea of moving them forward. Whatever their belief was or your belief is irrelevant in that moment. Some psychics will use some sort of religious invocation maybe to move them on, but most of the time, that's not even a byproduct. It
I
doesn't
think
enter
meditation and
into it.
energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My
Absolutely.
idea of the light or where they're going to the better place, to me, that's pure love.
I agree.
That's,
Okay.
you know, you
I
want to
agree.
go to a place where you are just so, there is nothing to fear, there is nothing to be sad about.
So now you've done this horrible thing on Earth, and you've done these horrible crimes, and you've murdered people, and you've done all this and everything, and now they can get sent on to the light.
We don't know that. We just
Ah.
know that we're giving them
They
the
go somewhere
opportunity
because they're not
to
there
cross
anymore,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're giving them the opportunity to
Okay.
cross over,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Without judgment,
Okay,
you know?
Yeah.
just playing the devil's advocate here for a little bit.
Absolutely.
you know.
Oh, no, that's all right.
Absolutely. I
You
think
got
it's
it.
a great conversation because everybody has a different idea of
Yeah.
what
Right.
happens when we go.
I always like to do both sides of the thing.
Yeah,
you know.
I
And
love
I'm not
it.
here to
Yeah.
force
Yeah.
or jam this
No,
down
no, no,
everyone's
yeah,
throat.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
everyone has their own
Yeah.
beliefs, but you know, from what I experienced in dealing with, something happens because that house is totally different.
That's what I said, it would be real interesting if the new owners, the present owners, or even if nobody's there, even to go in and just say, you know, okay.
You know what was kind of cool, and I missed it. I should have took another day off of work, and I should have went there, and I should have recorded Susan doing this. But I remember talking to the client and talking to Susan afterwards. But if I recall, the client, she was teary-eyed. She was crying over the phone. She said, "Dave, you should have seen this." She said Susan was glowing. There was a glow like aura. Aura
Oh, I
was
totally
glowing.
believe that.
And that would have been amazing if I could have documented that. I'm so mad. But I mean, I'm glad it was a happy ending.
Yeah, we're gonna have to stop for just a second here and take a break here, and it's gonna be a fast break, so don't, go out and smoke a cigarette or anything.
We don't
We'll be right
smoke.
back, folks. Stick with us. This is good stuff. I like this. Come back and listen to the rest of Paranormal Radio.